In this video, I'm going to show you the circle command. As with all the other commands we've seen so far, there's lots of ways to get to the circle command. First, I'll show you the ribbon. We're going to go to circle. And notice I could just click on this icon here and it'll automatically start the circle command. By default, this circle command is going to ask me for the radius. And you can tell it's going to ask me for the radius because in that picture we can see it'll say, and actually if we hover next to it, it says center radius. If we click on that pull down here, we can choose if we want it to prompt us for the center and then the radius, the center and then the diameter. We can specify a 2-point circle, a 3-point circle, tangent, tangent, radius, or tangent, tangent, tangent. Typically we'll choose one of these two, although as you know by now, usually when we have a circle, we're given a diameter. So an arc, we're given a radius, and a circle, we're given a diameter. So typically we would start the center diameter command. It's going to ask us for a center point of the circle. Before I proceed with that, I want to show you a couple of other ways that you can get to the circle command. You can type in the word circle, press enter, and it's going to ask you for the same center point. You could type C enter for circle. You could also go to the draw pull down menu and select circle. Doing it this way, you have a flyout menu that offers you the same options that you had in the circle command on the draw panel. Typing C enter or typing circle enter will default to asking you for a radius. That can be a little bit tricky because since we're usually given a diameter for a circle, if you forget to change the option and tell it that you're going to enter a diameter, then you could accidentally type in the diameter when it's prompting you for a radius, which would make your circle twice as big as it should be. So it's a little tricky. You have to be careful if you choose that option. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll do it this way through the pull down or through the draw panel on the ribbon. First I'll choose center radius, and again, this is the option if you were to type C enter or the word circle enter. It's also the option if you were to choose circle on the toolbar. It says specify a center point. I can type an exact coordinate or I can just click anywhere. The next thing it's asking me is to specify a radius for the circle. So I'm going to type a radius of 1. Press enter. I'm going to repeat the command, but this time I'm going to tell it to prompt me for a diameter. Same prompts. Wants the center of a circle. I'll pull it out. This time it's asking me for a diameter. So I'll press 1, enter, and you can see a pretty big difference there. So usually you want to make sure that you either have prompted AutoCAD to ask you for the diameter, or if you choose to do the radius, when you start that command, notice our command line has the word diameter. I can type D, enter. I can click on the gray word that says diameter in the command line, or I can press the down arrow on my keyboard to get to the diameter command. So this is doing it in the way that AutoCAD automatically prompts me for a radius, but I'm forcing it to ask me for a diameter. Enter, and then I can type in 1, enter. And you can see the different circles that I've made. I made one with the command that prompts me for radius. Typed in 1 and it gave me a radius of 1. I made a second circle with the command that prompts me for diameter, gave it a diameter of 1, and I made the third one with the command that prompts me for a radius, but then I forced it to ask me for a diameter in the middle of that. So that's how you draw a circle.